Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I wanted to show you this card that I've made. It's got a mix of last Christmas release and this Christmas. So I've got this belly band here and these lovely papers, and you just slide the belly band off, and then when you open it up, I've used the Pop-Up Bouquet dies, and I've got Father Christmas and Rudolph popping out the top. And I think it's worked really, really well. It looks lovely with the belly band next to it. Just loved all the colour against that beautiful paper in the background. And I just wanted to show you some other ways to use this die mechanism, because it works with so many different things, whether it's from your own stash or, you know, some of my past collections. I think this one's turned out really well. So let me show you how to make it. So I'm using the 5x7 mechanism from my Pop-Up Bouquet collection. This is just that main pop-up piece, so you can decorate it however you want. It says Pop-Up Bouquet, but you can use it with any themes. So 5x7 for this one, but it will work with the 6x6 as well if you have that. I've also used the Merry Christmas on the back, that was it, and then I've used the Here for Santa's Here, and you'll see that in a moment. And that's my sentiments, Christmas sentiments. Some oval dies for the belly band, and then this is the Father Christmas and the scene building. These are unavailable now, but I just want to keep giving inspiration for those people that have got them, and just show you how you can mix and match past collections with the newer ones. And I've also taken the photo booth. This one might still be available. It's great for all the little props, and I love the naughty and nice and the ho ho ho, the presents. They're like my go-tos. There's the Santas that I've taken, and that goes with the Here sentiment on that other set. An older paper pad, got that lovely scene there, which is what I've taken. And then also, if you've got this one, you can use some of these elements. And this is the Christmas chimney and parcel that we did last year. We now just sell this piece on its own. But if you've got this one, you'll have these elements, so you could add those to this if you wanted. So first of all, I've cut myself a piece of 10x7, and I've scored at 2.5 and 7.5. That's going to give us our 5x7 gatefold. You then want to die cut the pieces from the bouquet die set. So I'll just open this one up here. So I'm not using this one today. These are the strips. It will cut all these strips for you if you've got things popping out of the mechanism. But the Santa and the reindeer, we're going to stick them directly on. So I've cut myself 3 pieces of this die here. So that's the middle, like, supports, the panels that will keep this all together. And then one of this one here, which you can see there. With this one here, I just like to go over where the fold lines are in my scoreboard. It just gives them a more, you know, a deeper score line, just makes it a bit easier to fold. I'm going to do all these ones as well. So just find a track, find a track that it lines up with, she says. Let's do this one here, there we go. And then that last one. So you just want to fold and burnish all of those lines. Be careful with these ones here near the end, because it's quite delicate, but once we add these pieces, then it starts to strengthen everything. And again, with these ones here, a little trick, if you're the first time, maybe it's your first time watching this put together, I do show this already on the release videos, but just pop your, you know, a ruler or something against the score line and push against that. It just gives you something to lean against. It makes it much, much easier. Again, with that one there, and then that one there. So you want those 3, and just go in and push them a little bit, just pinch them a bit more, but you want those 3 to fold down. You've got the back, that's all going to stick onto the card like this, and then we've got all these pieces now to support inside. So again, I'm just going to go over those score lines, and then I'm just going to fold those. So we've got that already. Before we attach it, we need to cover inside here. So using the papers from that pad, I've cut myself this piece, which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then I've got 4 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. So they're going to go there. So we've got that scene. And then I've got the same, which are going to go on the outside here. So I'm going to get those all stuck down first of all. Okay, so while that's all drying, we can go back to this piece here. So you want to have it so that this is all away from you and the folds are away from you. But you're going to stick these in so the fold faces you, and they're going to attach like this. So I'm going to use my quick grab glue here. I'll just open it up so you can see it. Just have my glue. all along there, and then butt that right up, and it will, see it's the same width as the mechanism. And just fold that over. You can see now that's attached. I'm going to do the same. So I've just added the glue on both of those. Again, this one, make sure the fold's at the top, and then sit that one in there, and then this one. Like so. Then have them all folded towards you, so you've got these tabs facing up, and you're going to add glue onto all three at the same time. And then just fold it in half. You'll see it's all hidden inside there. Now when you open that up, you'll have this. So you see we've got these gaps in between, these four kind of gaps, because there's going to be one more at the back there. So I'm now going to stick this onto the bottom of the card. So what I'm going to do is just fold it that way. If you fold it in both kind of, you know, directions, it just kind of gets it used to moving that way. And it will also then ensure that your card's going to fold flat, because if this folds flat in both directions, then you know your card's going to fold flat. So I'm now going to take that same glue and add it all along the top here, and this one here. And then I'm going to line up the base one first. So this fold's going to line up with the very bottom of the card, and make sure you've got an equal amount either side. So I'm kind of tilting it and just focusing on that bottom one first. You can kind of get your fingers in there, so it's like a little hinge. Just make sure that's as close to the bottom as you can get it. And then you can either fold it flat that way and fold that under, or what, and this is how I've been doing it with all the others. If you see, I'm just kind of moving it up like that, and as you go down, make sure it's straight, that other tab will secure itself in place, and that's how everything will fold flat. So I'm just going to let that completely dry. What I've then done is got these pieces here, so you can use the squares like I said in this piece from the chimney and present pop-up die set that I did last year, but if not, just cut yourself a piece of 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and I've just stenciled brickwork detail there. And then this one here is 1 1/4 by 4 3/4. This one's going to stick on top like so. I think I'm going to add, you don't want to add too much dimension to this. You could have foam. I think I'm not going to actually. I was just thinking then last time or when I've made some of these, I've just made them a bit too dimensional. So we'll leave it like that. I'm just going to add some glue and then just sit that over the top. Make sure you've got the same amount overhanging each side. So now we can take this one, and if you just pull it towards you, again, fold that right back there. You can see now how our card's going to stand. So then I've got this one, which is going to stick over the top, and I made sure that the measurements are going to fit within that section. As you can see, your door's still closed there. So I'm going to use the Calcott glue now, and I'm going to cover this whole section here, like so. Take this one, just lay that again, making sure you've got the same amount. It's only a little bit, but you'll see there's a tiny bit that overhangs each side. So you can see now how that looks. Then I've gone ahead and I've stamped and coloured all of these images, which are from those stamp sets, and I've got my belly band ready to go here. So I'm going to have the ho 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 is going to be right at the top here. That's going to go on a little bit of foam because it will kind of match the dimension of this mechanism when it's folded flat. And then I've got my Rudolph, which is going to go near the back, and then Father Christmas is going to go, maybe I'll do, there we go, I'll do it like that. So the Father Christmas is in the first one, Rudolph is going to be in the second one there. I think that looks really cute. And then I'm going to stick all these on the front. So to stick them in, you just want to add a little bit of glue along the bottom there. And then I'm just going to pop this one just, literally just below. You can get your fingers in there and it would just stick against that cardstock like so. And then this one here, I've extended his neck a little bit, so I've just coloured further down there, and then pop this one just in there. I'm actually wondering whether I swap and have Father Christmas in the second one. Yeah, so I'm going to change it. Just add a little bit more glue there. Once this glue dries, it's not going to, you know, the glue in there, once it dries, it's not going to affect the card opening and closing. And if you do ever do that and it's a bit sticky, if you get your anti-static buddy, maybe just put some on the end of a brush. You'll be able to brush it against the glue and then it just takes away any of the stickiness. So you don't need to worry about that. So now let's pop Rudolph at the front like that, and then we'll have the sentiment on a little bit of foam, and that one's going to go off slightly off to the side like so. I think that looks really cool. And you could pop some more in the back. I'm going to leave it plain, I don't think it needs it. And then I've got all these little pieces here, so I'll do the holly on that side with the sack there, and then we've got the snowballs, pile of snowballs there, and we've got Rudolph's treats. But I have those, we'll pop those there, and I've got a present here as well, so we could just pop that just behind, maybe something like that. I think that looks quite sweet. And then I think I'm going to keep some of them for the back, which I'll decorate in a moment, but I've also got the naughty and nice here, and I've got one of the little sticks. These look really nice, just kind of pops behind things. So I'm going to add some foam to the back of this one here. One thing I should have mentioned, and I think I'm going to have an issue, is when you push it up, it's going to pop out the top. So all I'm going to do is make a bigger box envelope for this, but you would want to make sure that it doesn't pop out the top of your card. What you could also do is have this as a taller card. So it could still be 5, but you could do 5 by 10. So just increase the height of this card. So next I've got this piece here, which is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 is the blue piece. And then I've done 4 1/2 by 6 1/2 for the white piece, and then I've stamped the Merry Christmas, and this is going to go on the back here. So this is where you'll write your message. So I'll just let that dry, and then I've got my belly band. So this is just a strip of A4 length, 11 inches will be fine, and I've made this little topper here, so I've used the Santas here. I've added shine on everything using my accent glaze, so you'll see all that shine on the nose, on the berries here. I could probably add some on the carrots there and on the snowballs, but on the eyes there as well. That's using my accent glaze. So I think the back of that's dry, so I'm just going to close all that up and then wrap this around. So I'm not going to score it. I never score the belly bands, just wrap it around. You don't want it too tight, you want it, you know, nice. You want a nice slide with it, so just wrap it, it will be enough. And then I'm going to use my hot glue while I've got it on and just pop some glue there and just stick that down. And then I'm going to use my foam tape and just run that through the middle here. And then I can just stick that in the middle there. I actually kind of like, because it says Santa's here, you can see a little bit, it's almost like, oh my gosh, what's inside? So I don't know, in some ways it kind of works with them sticking out, but you know what to do if you don't want it like that. And then just slide that off, and what I'm going to do is just burnish the ends there, and that'll just help it when you go to put it on next time. And then with these little extras, because I've got them here rather than, well, they wouldn't get wasted, but I just think they look quite cute down the bottom there, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. So that's the finished card. I think it's come together really well. So I'd just like to show you, you know, other ways to use the dies, mix and match them with past collections, with things you might already have in your own stash, and just to show you that the dies, the main mechanisms, you know, they will work all year round. And yeah, I've got some more ideas going into the new year to use these dies as well, but I think that's a really fun, very sweet card with a cute little belly band to match there. And yeah, I'm going to make just a slightly bigger box for that one, or I might just make a bigger envelope actually, because I think I might be giving this one by hand. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching as always. Check out some other tutorials that are popping up now that you might want to see next, and I'll be back again very soon. Take care. Bye.